Donna Costa here. I'm on the deck in my backyard on this beautiful sunny day in London, Ontario. I have a couple guests with me today, Cupcake and Muffin, who are two bears that I write about in my book, If I Could Remember, Bears and Brains and Caring for My Mother. Let me start by reading a little bit of an excerpt from my book. Muffin and Cupcake had the best vantage point in the room. At first glance, the twin sisters seemed indistinguishable from each other, both made of mottled blue and pink fleece, both with blue gossamer bows at their necks and pink silk flowers in their right ears. Their button joints were loose and flexible, giving them the most mobility of all the bears in the blue room. They were also the oldest, being the firstborn in Bev's berry patch. "Identical?" Cupcake said. "How ridiculous!" She crinkled her hand-embroidered nose that formed a perfect circle. "You have to admit we do have similarities," Muffin said. Her nose, permanently off-center after a late-night tumble from the bed, twitched with laughter at her sister. So here we have Cupcake and Muffin, twins, sisters. As you can see, they both have the blue and pink mottled fleece, but the coloring is very different. So here is Cupcake, who has a lot more pink on her face, versus Muffin, who has more blue. So they're not identical twins. They are what we would call fraternal twins. It seems a bit silly to call two girls, two sisters, fraternal twins. Perhaps we can call them sororal twins. So let's take a closer look at the bears. First of all, you'll see on the paw the initials BV, which are my mom's initials, Bev Volmer, and she used this as her logo. She would often put a little name tag on her bears that she would just pin on and stamp, and if you look closely you can see that this bear is named Cupcake. And inside she writes, "A lovely bear born in Bev's berry patch, 2001. So other pictures that we'll see here with Cupcake is this little nose, her perfect circle nose that is hand embroidered. So underneath this is one of those hard plastic forms that is used to make a teddy bear nose, but my mom has stitched it with embroidery floss to make it softer, so it's not a cold, hard plastic feel to it. You can also notice the button joints. All the joints are joined with buttons, and this gives the bear a very floppy feeling, but also makes them very cuddly and almost like as if they could really move their arms and legs. Right, over here, let's look very closely at the name tag here, and you'll see that this bear is also called Cupcake. So obviously the bears were made from the same pattern. But in a story, it would be too confusing to have two characters with the same name, so I renamed this bear Muffin. And if you look at her nose and zoom in there, you can see how it is just a little bit off-center. And it gives her a very different energy than her sister. The other main differential that I see between these two bears is that Cupcake has this little tuft of hair that Muffin does not. And there's actually a scene in the book about that. All right, so I hope you enjoyed meeting Cupcake and Muffin today. And next time I will introduce one or two more bears to you.